Hey, this is Ty, the dog trainer with dogbehaviouronline.com, and bringing you a question for one of our members. The question says, how do I get my dog to stop biting the leash and trying to jump all over me when on a walk? She'll be great for a while, then get a bug up her butt and become uncontrollable. When I try to correct her, she thinks I'm playing and continues her bad behavior. Obviously, there's a disconnect. I've watched her video, and she, who is a 7-month-old half English setter, half golden retriever from purebred parents, does well with commands, but correcting misbehavior is still a challenge. I pull the leash as my correction while saying no or down, but that seems to egg her on even more. I've tried taking her to the ground and holding her to get her to be calm, but that doesn't work so great either. Yikes, I'm clueless and losing my patience. So, yeah, holding a dog, that almost never works. The reason being the dog feels constricted and wants to fight that. Dogs have opposition reflex. Dogs like to fight against barriers, things like that. So more often than not, holding the dog down is just counterproductive. So bear that in mind for future everything. Now, the second thing that comes to mind is just something that I always tell my clients, that the mark of an effective correction is that it helps change behavior now and it helps change behavior in the future. And so what you're doing doesn't satisfy either of those. The dog keeps doing it, the dog's fighting you on this, and so it's not changing behavior now, and it's definitely not changing behavior in the future. She keeps doing this thing. And so more often than not, what I see happen with cases like this is that the dog is able to grab the leash, with their paw, not their paw, with their mouth. Dog's able to grab the leash with their mouth, and so as you try to give a correction, the dog is basically getting rid of the correction by holding the leash with her mouth. And so what a lot of people will do, and what maybe you're doing, is you are inadvertently getting into a game of tug of war here. And so the first thing you need to do is just adjust the angling here. So if she's right here grabbing the leash, and you're right here trying to yank it away, bring your hand around to the other side where it's close to her neck so that you can give a quick correction on the other side of her neck, so that she's actually getting the correction. That's the first thing that comes to mind. The second thing that comes to mind is what kind of training collar are you using? If you're using a flat collar, a harness, a slip collar, or something like that, it's going to be very difficult to give a highly rambunctious, energetic, strong dog any real correction that's meaningful. Again, it has to be meaningful now and for the future. And so, in any case, I would probably recommend like a pinch or a training collar, just really simple, non-painful. Use it right. It's just a tiny little correction, but it's much more meaningful in a situation like that. So look at the tools that you're using, adjust just a little bit of your technique, and I think you'll find that you'll be in much better shape. Best of luck.